That Bradley Chubb acquisition, more I think about it.
I mean, it's huge.
Dude.
Especially if they intend to re-sign him and extend him.
Just the more I think about it. And then to tell the 49ers, yes, you may move up to go get Trey Lance. We will take your first-round selection this year and then the next 2 years. And turn that into, in that immediate draft, Jalen Waddle. And then this past offseason on the famed hell going on day of March, flipped the one to Kansas City for Tyreek Hill. And then just yesterday, flipping another one to Denver for Bradley Chubb. That's turning picks into players, huh? One, you draft, and two, you just say, you go ahead and draft first round. We'll take Bradley Chubb and Tyreek Hill from you. Mike McDaniel, new coach, who also has Jeff Wilson Jr. now from San Francisco, so he knows exactly how to run the run game that Raheem Mostert is running very well in. He had this to say on this very subject.
You're right on all fronts that from the get-go that I've fully seen Tua as our quarterback for this team and this franchise. I think he's an unbelievable talent, and so I guess in a roundabout way, I think that implication, I think that's fair, but that it's not something that we all of a sudden rethought after he had a good game. This is something that since I've been here, I've kind of known, and we've been able to operate with that in mind, with all the things that we've done.
The question was, trading all these firsts away, does that mean Tua is the future? That was the answer. Because if you remember, the collection of the ones was supposed to be to go get another quarterback or trade him for Deshaun Watson. Remember that back in the day? They're getting all those ones to flip it for Deshaun. They once upon a time famously brought Tom Brady aboard a boat, and that's caused them to forfeit their own first-round draft choice this year.
But would you agree, since you've anointed to an elite?
As a 2022 elite quarterback, yes, I have.
Will you suppose that he was not their first option or second option?
When?
In recent years.
Of course. Dude, they invited Tom Brady on a boat.
That's what I mean. So
to a point where they are forfeiting a first-round draft choice.
Suddenly now everyone's so in love with Tua, like
they fell in love with
the third guy.
Dude, you heard it. I heard it. We heard it. At all the drafts that we've been covering together, okay? You heard it. I heard it. We all heard it. The minute Tua looked off the safety and flipped it to Devontae Smith, future Heisman Trophy winner and Philadelphia Eagle, to beat Georgia, he had the Dolphins at hello. We heard tank for Tua non-stop. And sure enough, in that draft, they try to say, let's go get Joe Burrow instead. Remember that?
Yeah.
They said, let's give everything to Cincinnati.
And
Mike Brown,
he actually did something right.
Stop me if you heard this one before. Mike Brown was obstinate. He said, I'm not doing it. Okay. And then it came time between Tua and Herbert. They had that choice. That road or that road. The Tua road that we've thought we wanted, although we saw what Burrow could do. And you also don't forget Tua got significantly hurt.
He did.
So you have to factor that into the equation. But altogether, they had Tua or Herbert, and they chose Tua over Herbert and have been hammered for it up until this year.
Yeah, because one guy's playing with like multiple rib injuries, maybe fractures.
Well, but you're just talking about this year.
I'm talking about
up until this season.
Well, rightfully so, and they should honestly still get hammered.
I'm not criticizing anything of that. And it was at this point last year they got permission from the Texans to talk to Deshaun Watson, and obviously kick the tires on him to see if they could give them any sort of certainty about his personal life to go ahead and trade for him right now.
So he's their fourth choice.
Brady,
Burrow, and Watson.
No doubt. And they hired a coach who's like, I got it. Boy, does he have it.
And they
went ahead and they put more eggs in that basket. I'm referring to a cheetah as an egg, but that's what I'm doing. Yes.
They did a good job.
Yes. And he brings in running backs who knows how to run his system. It's a very unique system. I don't want to get too deep into the X's and O's. Just the one thing I always like pointing out, because it's the most obvious you could see with your eyes and you're an all-22 person. The number of times they toss a ball to a running back when they could easily hand it to the running back is because McDaniel thinks that creates a disadvantage for any defender to try and go get this player from the angle he's now going to come at them with. Like he's actually parsed it down to inches on holes that can be blown open by the offensive line for his running backs and angles that it can be created that make it very difficult to tackle him.
I remember making a joke earlier in the preseason. Will McDaniel actually know any pass plays? Because I figured all they would do would run the rock.
Right. Oh, he does.
And now he's got this guy.
And he was saying that Tua's most accurate thrower.
Except every deep ball seemingly is underthrown.
Two things can be true. Tua can be an elite quarterback in 2022. And the Dolphins, well, you could say, you can add one more quarterback that was another option for him, was Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, he got benched multiple times for Fitzmagic.
So it all works out, though, in the end.
Congrats.
The number of times that they fell in love with him and fell out of love with him. All of that together. And he's still there.
Like Liz Taylor and Richard Burton.
And he's still there. And he's still there. It's working out. And he's elite.
Like Ben and J-Lo.
And he's elite, baby. Yeah. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.